ownership of that global portfolio. Now, I've already mentioned that Andre's multidisciplinary investor means he invests in multiple different market segments. We look at around 20, and we have 20 plus market segments in our crypto unit portfolio.
Imagine just getting into this and having 20 portfolios.
The value of that is increasing phenomenally. We'll go over that very
There
soon.
are 20 sectors in your portfolio.
If we played with $1 million and if we started in 1998 and went right through to 2018, 20 years, let's have a look at it. In the European companies, we'd be looking at just over $3.5 million at that time, for that 20 years. Okay, if we look at the American companies, it's brought in just over $62 million, $62.5 million. Now, that's not to be sneezed at. That's reasonable, right? $1 million returned us $62 million over 20 years. Most of us would be reasonably happy with that. We think about that's over $1 million a year. But now we look at the Russian companies, the third
Jeez Louise.
$1 million invested in 98 and revisited
$1 million in 1998 made up $211
so we need to start looking
million.
at different market segments, and that's where it's important. We have a global portfolio, so we've taken all three of those categories and they're in. So we've got European companies, we've got US companies, we've got Russian companies, and they're all growing, and there's no wonder our portfolio is growing at the rate that it is. Now, one of the things we need to look at when we're building a portfolio is our bulls, right? We want to have some bulls in there. And what do we mean by bulls? Well, generally when we have a bull, we raise it from a weaner, it's not a steer, from a weaner, right through to a fully grown bull. We don't realize any money from that until we sell it. Does it make sense? We can't milk it unless we put it out to stud, but that's a slightly different story, okay? That might be a diversification. But a bull is something that we do need in our portfolio. Now, if I liken this to crypto, Bitcoin would be a bull because you can't realize your money from it until you sell it. Does it make sense? For the most part. Obviously, you can trade it and things like that, but that's not actually in your portfolio. It's in and out. That's a different category. It's trading. So we also need to have some cash cows in our portfolio. What do we mean by that? Well, if a bull means that we have to raise it until it's fully grown before we can realize the money from it, then a cow could mean that we can actually get money from it along the way. Because what comes from a cow? Milk, right? So if we're milking a cow, we can sell the milk and so on and so forth. So obviously we want to have these in our portfolio too, because these are going to continue to pay us month after month, right? This is where we start to get our passive income from. So our global portfolio, as I've already said, is made up of these 20 different market sectors. We have something from every one of these sectors in our portfolio. The ones I want to focus on today is number 5, innovative transport and development sector, the banking sector, stock markets, and the currency markets. Okay, I want to have a look at all those things. But also, I want you to note in here the precious metals sector, because our portfolio is also co-owner in a couple of gold mines, and we also are into diamond manufacturing, it's a massive market because people are going away from mined diamonds because of the conflict and because of the fact that they could be blood diamonds, all that sort of thing. So we're in a great market there. But I also want you to notice 19, the space program, because we are in that as well, and that is where our future is going to hit. So let's have a look now. In the number 5, the innovative transport sector, this gentleman here with Andre is Dr. Anatoly Yanitsky. Now, in 2014, we bring that story back full circle now. One of Andre's students from the Academy of Private Investor came to him and said, Andre, I've got this amazing opportunity that I think you should look at. And of course, it was this great transport skyway string technology. Now, in 2014, Andre and Dr. Yanitsky got together. They signed an agreement for 20 plus years. For any projects that Dr. Yanitsky comes up, we can help fund and become a co-owner of. So the timeline here, what's not on that timeline, you can't see the timeline yet because it's right there. On the timeline that we've got right here, what you can't see is the year 1978, which is when the technology development started. Now, between 78 and 2014, Yanitsky raised roughly $20 million over that time. He went to multiple different investors and he had multiple different false starts. So in 2012, when President Obama passed the Jobs Act, which meant that literally any company could now go to blue-collar workers and raise funds for their venture, he did exactly that. And he created RSW systems to create funds for this transport. Still not making too much money. In 2014, he met Andre. Since 2014, they've raised over $150 million. So we know This concept of multi-level crowd investing works wonders. Okay, in 2014 they started the engineering, the technology, the technical documentation, and in 2015 they broke ground at Ecotech Park in Belarus, Marina Gorka Ecotech Park. Now there's a few of us that have been up there, a few of us that are heading back up in another few weeks. You're more than welcome to come up. We'll get to that in a sec. But of course, 2016 and beyond, they started demonstration and certification. Now, of the 3 original transport types, okay, we'll come to that in a sec, there's now 9. And there's 7 that are certified, 2 that are still going through certification process. Now, 2018 to 19, we're looking at the technology adoption. It's already being built in Sharjah, which is one of the smaller Emirates in the UAE, and it's about to start construction in Dubai, ready for the 2020 Expo. And that's pretty exciting. Everybody who's already a partner here are a co-owner of that, either through the crypto unit program or directly into the company. Now, what I want you to note there is beyond 2018, it says it's going to go to an IPO. Absolutely beautiful. Now, in 2018, at EcoFest last year, they released the valuation, the current valuation of the company, at $5 billion. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it meant that if they sold everything, all the plant and equipment, right now today, they'd get roughly $5 billion in their bank account. So it went from 100 million to 5 billion. The capitalization over 5 years, phenomenal, once again. Now, the projected valuation, so when it's all completed, again, this was based on 3 transport types, was over $400 billion. And the shares, or the pre-IPO private equity shares, were issued on that basis at a par value, so 1 for 1. Read into that. Now, there are more than 300 MOUs signed worldwide with this. In fact, there's more contracts as well signed now. An MOU is a memorandum of understanding. It is the precursor to a contract with more than 12 countries. It's well higher than 12 countries now. There's over 150 million raised, and this technology is fully transferable. What does that mean? Well,
and I just want to say that this is not what they're gonna do. This is what's already been done. This is considered facts. For you people who like facts, here's some facts for you. So that's why I'm really sharing this video, is because this is the facts that so many people like to see. And I like to educate, based on facts. And they got the facts. So I'm, just being a bridge so that you can get educated on these facts here, because these are phenomenal facts. So keep on watching. We're going to keep on watching. And whenever, it gets a little bit further on, we'll go ahead and stop this. And then we'll get into a short live over a couple things that I have in my heart. And then we'll go ahead and move forward. So I just want y'all to see this for real, because this is something serious. This will be the next thing that I do my 90-day launch over. So you can get positioned now, is why I'm sharing this, for the people that are really paying attention to what I'm doing and the moves that are being made. There's a lot of stuff going on in my reality, and I'm just happy to be able to bring this to y'all, because this is going to change a lot of lives for the people that understand it. It's not supposed to be understood by everybody, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So I'm going to go ahead and push play now.
In Australia, we've got factories in Victoria that are empty because Holden's gone. Right? They no longer create Holden manufactured vehicles here in Australia anymore. So we've got these factories lying dormant. In Detroit, in the States, there's factories lying dormant. We can bring this technology here and go to those places and build it under license, creating more jobs again. That's what's exciting about fully transferable. Now, as I've already mentioned, there is EcoFest coming up again this year on the 17th of August 2019. I'm certainly going up to that. I'm taking a few people up with me. You can still buy a ticket and come up. If you're wondering about the technology and go, is it real? Come up and check it out for yourself. There's nothing like being able to knock on it, drive on it, and people will be able to have a ride on it this year. So tickets are available. I think festivals.rsw-systems.com. So Andrew might be able to share that with everyone later. Okay, so the next one here, the banking sector. Where am I? Yep, banking sector. Now you can see here, Andre standing next to what looks like an ATM, and it actually is an ATM. It's a crypto ATM. So anybody that's involved with our crypto unit program is a co-owner of that ATM, because we're in that sector. Now, There's literally thousands of these being implemented around the world. Now, right now, of all crypto ATMs, around 62% of them only sell you crypto. You can't do anything else except put fiat currency in and get crypto into a wallet. That's cool, but what if you've got money in your crypto wallet and you want to get fiat out so you can spend it today? Our crypto machines do that. Now, here's something to consider. In our bear market that we've had in the crypto world in the last 18 months, if bear market's flat or it's dropping, these machines, not these ones in particular, but crypto machines on average, have averaged $100,000 in revenue a month. That's phenomenal. Imagine if we had 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 of these out in the market. All that money coming back into our portfolio that, because we're in the club, we're a co-owner of. That's phenomenal. We're in that banking sector. Now, that's that banking sector. What about the stock market sector? We think about the third co-founder of Apple, who sold his stake, his 10% stake for $800 just weeks after they started Apple because he didn't believe in the project. That 10% stake now is worth over $90 billion. You think he's kicking himself a little bit? Maybe. What about Coca-Cola there's on the screen? This is the difference now between an employee and investor. Now, the CEO for Coca-Cola in 2016 received about $16 million in bonuses that year. That's not bad. It's not to be sneezed at. But he worked for that. Now, if we think about Warren Buffett, who was one of the major investors or shareholders, Berkshire Hathaway, received $568 million just because of his know-how and expertise. Which side of the coin do you want to be on? I know where I want to be. Maybe you missed Google, maybe you missed all of those. Now you've got the opportunity to get involved in a global portfolio that actually has a bit of stock in most of these. That's pretty cool. What about the crypto unit program, regulated and transparent? So let's have a look at that. What do we mean? Well, right now you receive a promissory note for the crypto unit token when it becomes tokenized. It will become tokenized in October this year. Everything's being done right now. The white book, and it's different to a white paper, and we'll probably get that in the Q&A, but the white book comes out this month. Everything has to be incredibly transparent. So as opposed to the crypto market, the ICO market, there's no regulation in that. I could say I'm going to start a coin, and you guys will have a look at the white paper, and it'll be great. And you go, yeah, that sounds really cool. Andrew, here's some money. You made a donation. That's all you've done. Most people go, no, I've invested money. No, you've made a donation because there's no comeback for you on that. So the difference between that and what we're doing is that there's every comeback on that because it's regulated, it's transparent. Every transaction within what we do has to be regulated, has to be audited. So you know that you're actually getting into something that's legitimate. And I think that's really, really important to know. So dividends and regular loyalty payments. Right now, in fact, there'll be people on this call, I can guarantee it, that have received loyalty payments. Last month, my 8-year-old son received $200. He's still going to school. My other son, my 9-year-old son, will receive slightly less, but probably not next month. I'll probably get about the same. But the fact is there's people already earning loyalty payments on this. Now here's where the power of multi-level crowd investing comes in. If you want to come in and be passive, that's awesome. I know that the people that have been passive in this have received about a 2 to 4% return. Again, awesome. That's just in a 3-month window. Imagine at the banks you're getting 2% per annum if you're lucky. Now myself, because I've taken the whole business on board, I've had an 89% plus return. I know of people that are doing the same as I that had a 200% return. That's the difference between being passive and participating in multi-level crowd investing. That's how it works. That's the difference. Dividends will start once, obviously, the token hits the market, which will be later this year. So the STO, or the crypto unit program, is being rolled out in 3 phases. Phase 1, pre-STO, that's where we are right now. It's the club phase. 8 stages only, and we're currently in stage 5, about to go to stage 6. And then, of course, the prices will stay the same, but the discounts will change. This will last 6 to 12 months, and there's roughly 30 billion crypto units released in that time. Now, I've had a lot of people in the crypto market go, oh, that's a lot of tokens. Yeah, maybe in the crypto market, but this is a little bit different, and people need to get their head around that slightly. So phase 2 is the STO launch, so it's when we go to market, and it's October this year. It's going to last 8 to 17 months, and there'll be 20 billion tokens released. Now, again, different to your traditional ICO or crypto space because it is slightly different. This is an asset-backed token. So the token has a value behind it. It's not just an idea, not just digital. Now, they won't just be released 20 billion into the market, they'll be drip-fed into the market so that we, as members, have a possibility or an option to control how that price goes. We will all be able to say, I'm going to put a buy order in for X amount, and it'll continue to push that up. And then, of course, phase 3, global merchandising, where we should be able to get to the asset value over $100 trillion within that portfolio. Now, that's possible because of the market sectors we're in, and we can cover that in Q&A later if people have got questions about it. 4 to 8 years, again, 20 billion tokens will be released at that time, not dumped into the market, they'll be drip-fed, and then there'll be 10 billion held for liquidity, so they may not ever hit the market at all. So, how can you get involved? It's really, really simple, although I will tell you that EIP, from EIP 5 right through to 8 have sold out this month. They're gone, so there's no option to buy those this month, but there is from the startup right through to 4. Okay, so you guys can still get involved at that. Now, what does that get you? It gets you an education on how to make your money to work for you, but it also gets you as a bonus those crypto units. They're only available to closed club members right now. These aren't available anywhere on the open market. There's an old saying that says, make hay while the sun shines. The sun's shining right now, it's time for everybody to make some hay. So the business side of it, it's really, really simple. Again, SWIG was established 2014. It has more than 550,000 partners globally. So we make up over half of what Skyway has in total. Okay, and they've got 2 other companies fundraising. So we make over half of that. We've got business that's actually in over 150 countries right now. We offer investment and financial literacy, and of course, we offer the opportunity to business and network. Now, guys, this is different to any other network opportunity you've ever been in, because you don't have to pay a certain amount each month to continue to get paid. You don't have to wait for their pay cycle for you to get paid. If you make a sale today, you get paid today. You can withdraw it overnight, and you can spend it tomorrow. It's that simple. And you don't have to have paid a certain amount each month. You could go away. You could hit a rank. Andrew here is a leader manager. Great, he could go away for 12 months. Come back, he's still a leader manager. He puts some money in, bang, he's away again. He's starting to make, in fact, he probably still made money while he was away. I've never seen a business like that. And I've never seen a business that's giving you a co-ownership in everything that they've done. So it's very, very unique in that respect. Now let's have a look. In 2014, Andre was able to realize his ambition of creating a global fund. And he started it with $26,000. Now, just as a side note, Andre is the largest single investor in the Skyway technology with over 500 million pre-IPO equity shares. SWIG, the portfolio, now has hovering around the billion pre-IPO private equity shares mark. Okay, so in October 2014, they put 26,000 into this program, into this portfolio. And by June 2019, the capital was in fact 14.5. It's slightly higher than that now. So that gives us a growth of 55,669% growth. Crazy. That's over 1,000% a month, over 34% a day. Here's the caveat I'll put with that, guys. That's not compounding. That's looking back on what we've done. Okay?
Fact.
This is where we are today. That's where we started. This has been the growth. That's not saying that it's compounding at 34% a day. So get that out of your mind for right now. That's just what it has done historically. Very, very cool when we think of it like that. So, multi-level crowd investing, obviously we've spoken a little bit about it. It's different to any networking opportunities. I've already said this will give you ownership in multiple different markets and multiple different businesses. So if one of them falls over, you've still got the other ones. Okay, you're literally building an investment portfolio that will pay you for life and getting the education on how to continue to build that and continue to get your money working for you. Armands Muniac, one of our top leaders in our company, he's just on presidential advisor. Okay, he started this business as a porter in a hotel. In fact, he was laid up on a mate's couch. He was injured. He actually couldn't work. So his money was disappearing fast. He didn't have any investment knowledge. But by applying what he learned through our company, he has now over 148 different instruments in his personal portfolio. He earns well over $200,000 each and every month from what he does. He started as an injured person on a couch 4 years ago. If he can do that in 4 years, what can we do? Most of us put it off and say we've got to work for 40 years and then we'll look at it. It doesn't work that way. So if you wanted to get ahead within our company right now, it is the easiest chance you will ever have. We start as a partner. You can earn between $300 and $200 a month. That's what that is, 3 and 200 units, right up to president. And I know there's a gentleman on the call. I'm looking at him right now. Andrew 12tree will be president by the time we hit Eventi in October, and I'm stoked to see that. So, guys, I can tell you, I'm sitting around the leader manager mark right now. I can tell you those figures are pretty accurate. I'm slightly higher than what that says, but still pretty accurate for a monthly income. That's what's possible, guys. It's simple. It doesn't take much to get the leader manager right now. In fact, I'm pretty sure somebody just popped leader manager out there while we've been speaking, because I've heard some more shouts. So, guys, anything is possible here. So, there's multiple different incomes available within the opportunity today through your network. Obviously, if you want to share it with people, you're going to get paid a referral for that. Of course, there's different percentages for each level. The loyalty program, so if you're involved in the crypto unit program, between the 5th and the 10th every month, you're going to get paid a loyalty payment. For me, my loyalty payment is enough to cover all of our expenses.